In every era of human history, there have been thinkers who reshaped the way people understand power, control, leadership, and human behavior. But among all of them, one name stands above the rest, a name that still echoes through political science, psychology, and strategy even 500 years later. That name is Niccolò Machiavelli, a man who witnessed corruption, betrayal, shifting alliances, and the brutal reality of human ambition. A man who wrote The Prince not as a moral guide, but as a brutally honest map of how power really works. Today's video dives into 8 banned power lessons from Machiavelli. Insights so controversial, so uncomfortable, so brutally truthful that they have been debated, criticized, and in some places even discouraged from being taught openly. Not because they are evil by themselves, but because they expose the hidden mechanics of how influence truly operates behind closed doors. Before we begin, remember, these lessons are historical analysis, not instructions for manipulation. Machiavelli observed human behavior as it was, not as it should be. And to understand power in the modern world, you must first understand the reality of human nature, the part most people ignore. So sit back, focus, and prepare to enter the mind of a philosopher who understood people better than they understood themselves. This is not just a video. This is a deep dive into the psychology of ambition, fear, loyalty, control, and the strategies that shape nations, corporations, and even personal relationships. Let's begin. Part 1. Understanding human nature is the foundation of all power. Machiavelli believed that before you learn any strategy, any tactic, or any step toward influence, you must understand one thing above all. Human nature does not change. The same desires, the same fears, the same insecurities, the same ambitions that controlled people 500 years ago still control people today. He observed that humans tend to act in predictable patterns when exposed to pressure, reward, uncertainty, or conflict. Some crave approval. Some fear rejection more than failure. Some want to dominate others to hide their own weakness. Some follow strong leaders because they don't trust themselves. According to Machiavelli, anyone who tries to build power without understanding these inner forces is like a sailor trying to navigate a storm with no map. You cannot move people unless you understand what moves them. And the uncomfortable truth he revealed is that most people believe they are rational, but they are driven primarily by emotion. Understanding this doesn't mean using it to manipulate. It means learning to see people clearly and without illusions. You understand why people make inconsistent decisions, why they follow authority even when it harms them, why they admire confidence even when it's false, and why they stay loyal to those who provide them security rather than those who make them feel loved. For Machiavelli, this was the first forbidden lesson, not because it is wrong, but because society is built on the idea that people are noble, fair, and reasonable. Machiavelli exposes the deeper truth. People are complicated, emotional, and often driven by hidden motivations. And anyone who wants to navigate life successfully, whether in leadership, business, or personal relationships, must first learn to see human nature for what it truly is, not what we wish it was. Part 2. Stability is more important than popularity. One of Machiavelli's most controversial insights was his belief that stability matters far more than being liked. Leaders who chase approval, he argued, weaken themselves because they allow the opinions of others to control their decisions. They become reactive instead of strategic. They seek validation instead of results. Machiavelli wrote that being popular today does not guarantee loyalty tomorrow. Crowds change their minds. People forget favors. Today's supporters can become tomorrow's critics. So instead of building influence on fragile public opinion, he advised leaders to build it on predictability, competence, and consistency. This does not mean becoming harsh or unkind. It simply means that the foundation of respect is reliability, not charm. People trust those who stay firm in their decisions, who maintain structure, who provide order when everything around them is unstable. According to Machiavelli, the leader who tries to please everyone ends up pleasing no one. They drain their energy on approval instead of progress. They trade long-term respect for short-term applause, and in the end, they lose both. This lesson is considered banned by some because modern culture trains people to obsess over being liked on social media, at work, even within families. But Machiavelli challenges this idea. He teaches that real strength comes from stability, not popularity. People might not always like a stable leader, but they will follow them, trust them, and depend on them far more than someone who constantly seeks approval. Part 3. People follow strength, not good intentions. Machiavelli observed a truth that many people avoid because it is uncomfortable. Humans instinctively follow those who appear strong, not necessarily physically strong, but psychologically stable, decisive, and confident. He noticed that society often rewards people who show unwavering certainty, even when their ideas are imperfect, and more than those who are kind but uncertain. This isn't because people are cruel. It is because humans are wired to seek security, especially in moments of uncertainty. A leader with good intentions but weak conviction creates confusion. They hesitate. They worry too much about every opinion. They doubt their decisions, and in that hesitation, followers feel unsafe. Because if the leader doesn't trust themselves, why should anyone else? Machiavelli realized that human beings feel naturally drawn toward those who display clarity of direction, emotional control, unshakable presence, decisiveness, confidence in the face of pressure. This doesn't mean forcing authority on others or pretending to be something you're not. It means understanding that your inner state affects how others perceive you. When you appear calm during chaos, people feel protected. When you make decisions with clarity, people feel guided. When you stay grounded under pressure, others feel anchored. That is why Machiavelli argued that strength, not aggression, not manipulation, but stability of character, becomes the silent foundation of influence. People trust those who appear capable of carrying responsibility, and this is one of the forbidden lessons because society often promotes the idea that being nice, agreeable, and pleasing is the ultimate path to success. But Machiavelli flips this idea upside down. He reveals that strength earns more trust than softness, and consistency earns more loyalty than charm. Part 4. Control your reactions or others will control you. Machiavelli believed that most power is lost not through mistakes, but through emotional reactions. The moment someone can provoke you, irritate you, manipulate your anger, or trigger your insecurity, they gain influence over you. They know which buttons to press. They know how to shift your decisions. They know how to imbalance you. So Machiavelli taught a principle that felt almost dangerous to society. The one who controls their emotions controls the situation, not by suppressing feelings, but by mastering the timing and expression of them. He observed leaders who ruined their reputations because they reacted impulsively. He saw politicians destroyed by anger. He watched rulers lose alliances because they allowed their fear or pride to dictate their choices. In his view, emotions are natural, but reactions must be controlled. This does not mean becoming cold. It means becoming aware. A person who reacts instantly gives power away. A person who pauses before responding takes power back. Machiavelli explained that when you respond with calmness, you appear stronger, think more clearly, prevent manipulation, make better decisions, earn respect without demanding it. He also believed that silence, when used wisely, becomes a shield. Because silence cannot be misinterpreted, twisted, or used against you. This lesson is often considered banned because society encourages immediate reaction through notifications, arguments, online conflicts, and non-stop emotional stimulation. But Machiavelli warns, the moment you become reactive, you become predictable. And the moment you become predictable, others can guide your choices without you even realizing it. True power lies in emotional clarity, not emotional chaos. Part 5. Never reveal your strategy before it's time. Machiavelli studied the downfall of countless leaders, and one pattern appeared over and over again. They revealed their plans too soon. They shared their ambitions openly. They exposed their intentions before securing their foundation. And once everyone knew what they wanted, it became easier to block them. So he developed a principle that has remained relevant for centuries. Move quietly until your position is strong enough that nothing can stop you. This isn't secrecy for manipulation, and it's protection against unnecessary interference. Most people lose momentum not because their goal is impossible, but because they talk too much about it. The more you reveal, the more opinions you attract. The more opinions you attract, the more doubt spreads, and doubt destroys focus. Machiavelli believed that strategy is like a flame. When it is small, it can be extinguished with a single breath. When it becomes strong, nothing can put it out. He saw that people naturally oppose what they don't understand. They question it. They fear it. They compete with it. So he advised that your plans must be revealed only when they are unshakable. When your position is stable, your resources secured, and your direction final. This lesson is often considered forbidden because society encourages constant sharing, posting plans, goals, ambitions, and dreams online. But Machiavelli reminds us that visibility invites resistance, and premature exposure invites sabotage. The wise person moves with intention, speaks with caution, and reveals with precision, not to manipulate others, but to protect their own progress from unnecessary disruption. Part 6. Your reputation is a weapon, guard it more than your possessions. To Machiavelli, reputation was not merely an image or a public impression. It was a shield, and at the same time a sword. He believed that a well-protected reputation creates opportunities effortlessly, while a damaged one destroys trust instantly. In his world, rulers who lost armies still survived, but rulers who lost reputation rarely recovered. He observed that people do not have time to investigate the full truth about every leader, every decision, or every individual. Instead, they rely heavily on reputation shortcuts, quick judgments based on patterns, stories, confidence, consistency, or rumors. And because humans rely on these shortcuts, your reputation becomes a silent force that works even when you are not present. A strong reputation protects you from attacks, because people hesitate to believe negative claims about someone who has consistently demonstrated strength, discipline, or integrity. A chaotic reputation, however, invites doubt and encourages enemies to strike because they know the public will be quick to believe the worst. This is why Machiavelli insisted that you guard your reputation like a priceless treasure, not through showing off, not through seeking praise, and definitely not through pretending, but through consistent actions that reflect your values, your emotional control, and your reliability. He warned that even one careless decision, one uncontrolled reaction, one broken promise, one moment of weakness can create a ripple that affects everything else. But when your reputation is built on stability and clarity, even the storms of accusation cannot sink you. This lesson is often considered banned because in the modern world, society encourages constant exposure, sharing every detail, emotion, mistake, and moment online. But Machiavelli reminds us that selective presentation and disciplined reputation building are essential for long-term influence. The world judges quickly. Your reputation must therefore be built deliberately, not accidentally. Part 7. Power grows when you learn more, speak less, and observe everything. Machiavelli believed that the most powerful individuals are not the loudest or the most visible, but the most observant. While others rush to speak, they listen. While others react, they analyze. While others try to impress, they gather information quietly. Knowledge in Machiavelli's eyes was not just intelligence, and it was protection, advantage, and strategy. He saw that people reveal themselves constantly through their fears, their ambitions, their reactions, their insecurities, and their patterns. And most of the time they reveal these things unintentionally, but only the observant notice it. Only the quiet, patient mind sees the hidden truths that everyone else misses. When you speak less, you create space to understand people deeply. When you observe more, you detect motives behind their words. When you think before responding, you avoid traps set by impulsive individuals. And when you listen closely, you gather information that others carelessly ignore. This does not mean staying silent forever. It means speaking with purpose. Every word becomes intentional. Every sentence becomes tactical. Your presence becomes calm, controlled, and grounded. And because you speak rarely, when you finally do speak, People pay attention. For Machiavelli, this was one of the most powerful forbidden lessons because society trains people to express constantly but to listen rarely. Everyone uploads their thoughts, opinions, and emotions without thinking. Meanwhile, those who stay quiet observe everything with clarity, and they gain the advantage. He believed that the combination of silence, analysis, and strategic timing turns even ordinary individuals into extraordinary thinkers. The less predictable you are, the more powerful you become. The more you observe, the more you understand. And the more you understand, the harder it becomes for anyone to mislead, confuse, or manipulate you. Ending. The final warning and the true purpose of Machiavelli's lessons. And now as we reach the end of this exploration into 8 power lessons from Machiavelli, there is one final message that ties everything together, a message most people misunderstand. Machiavelli's teachings were never meant to turn people into manipulators, tyrants, or ruthless opportunists. His observations were about understanding the world, not controlling it. He lived in a time of political chaos, betrayals, breakdowns of trust, shifting alliances, and unpredictable leaders. He simply documented the behaviors he saw working and the behaviors that failed. The real purpose of these lessons is not domination. It is self-protection, clarity, and awareness. When you understand human nature, you stop being naive. When you value stability over popularity, you stop chasing meaningless approval. When you build inner strength, you become harder to shake. When you control reactions, you stop giving others power over you. When you keep your strategies protected, you avoid sabotage. When you guard your reputation, you safeguard your future. When you observe more and speak less, you gain clarity others never notice. These lessons are banned, not because they are dangerous on their own, but because they force people to confront truth that society often hides. They challenge the illusion that the world is always fair, predictable, or guided by pure intention. They remind you that awareness is not darkness. It is the first light of wisdom. So as this video ends, remember this final message. Power is not about controlling others. True power is understanding yourself, understanding people, and making decisions with clarity instead of illusion. Machiavelli didn't create human nature. He simply revealed it. And once you see it clearly, you can never unsee it.